Bobbi Althoff already fell off, bro.
It's been quite a long time since we last checked in on Bobbi Althoff. Around a year and a half ago, I actually declared her the biggest industry plant I had ever witnessed hit the podcast scene.
Hi guys, welcome to the Really Good Podcast with your host Bobbi Althoff.
Basically, this woman came out of nowhere and had some huge guests like Drake, Mark Cuban, and other celebrities on her show that she dubbed the Really Good Podcast.
I think my mom named me after a lawyer, which always kind of like rubbed me the wrong way.
Within a week of the Drake interview, Bobbi was being represented by one of the top talent agencies and getting made.
I ain't gonna lie, bro, in hindsight, because mind you, she was in a relationship at this point. Doing a podcast in bed with another man, it don't even gotta be Drake. That is crazy. Hey, chat, that is crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. But especially because it's Drake? Hey, bro. Hey.
In a week of the Drake interview, Bobbi was being represented by one of the top talent agencies and getting mainstream publicity. For this reason, people began to call her an industry plant because...
How they ain't doing nothing crazy? Alright, okay. Okay. So, if you got a girl and I ask her to do the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, Brian Solar Solo edition, and I tell you, I'll only do it because I'll only do it if we pod on the same bed together. You gonna let that fly? Like, come on, bro. Let's stop it.
Because the only content that she had made online before this was essentially a spoof of mommy blogger TikTok content, where she did garner millions of followers, mainly moms all around the country who liked her sarcastic brand of humor.
There is nothing more embarrassing than walking around with one of these. Everyone knows how it got there. They know what you did.
She claims that she parlayed this TikTok career into another career in podcasting after she offered her followers $300 if they could get a celebrity to come onto her podcast.
It was like a finder's fee, right? You said if you can get a celebrity, I will pay you $300.
Yeah.
She says that this offer led to the episode with Funny Marco, which would in turn lead to her being in bed with Drake. You can picture her to be like the slightly more successful Hawk Tuah girl. To me, their careers actually draw a lot of parallels to each other, but one had to tell the world her methods for sucking dudes off before she got thrown into the belly of the industry matrix. You know, they both had that type of lightning in a bottle rise to fame that left onlookers saying, damn, this world is getting really f***ed up. But to be fair to Bobbi, she does seem a lot more intelligent than Hawk Tuah.
Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah. Say it aggressive, like
Hawk
really.
Tuah.
Whatever happened to that chick by
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. I'm fucking kill myself. God damn it, chat. God damn it, chat.
the way?
Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I guess she's still asleep. And with Bobbi having such an astronomical rise to fame in such a short period of time, and the fact that most people felt like she was directly biting her entire deadpan comedic style from Funny Marco himself, she started to get a lot of ridicule online. I don't think it helped that she missed her son's birthday party to be there in bed with Drake that day.
You know?
I didn't know that. That makes it worse, chat. That makes it... No, bro. No, bro. No, bro. You miss your son's birthday party to lay in bed with Drake? As a woman in a relationship? Hell no. Hell no. Chat, no.
Flew all the way here
No, bro.
You did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
You missed your daughter's first birthday for
To
this.
be here.
Dark. Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
Something people thought was a
Hey,
joke
Drake
at
funny
first,
for
as
them.
it was
Drake
her
funny for
brand
them.
to be dry and sarcastic, but now it's been revealed that she was being totally serious. The other thing was, when she was doing these interviews, she would constantly be making passes at these men, asking them if they would sleep with her, or if she was their type.
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you. Would you date someone that looks like me?
Something that is not only strange to do as an interviewer, but also it got
Nah,
even
she-
more wild when people
too old
found
for
out that
Tiger.
she was still married. Strangely enough, the dude would actually
Is that crazy to say? My bad, John. My bad.
file for divorce the very same month the Drake podcast came out, which led to quite a bit of speculation online.
I'd do it.
One thing I will say is that she was way ahead of her time when it came to the Drake mistreatment, deleting their interview right after it started going viral, and hating at his concert. But after a while,
I will say, you know, as a person who has a podcast myself, I don't think y'all get how hard it is to actually get guests on, let alone start a podcast. And off the rip, you getting Funny Marco, Drake, Drewski, all these different things. But I can also see a world, chat, because from my understanding, she already had a platform on TikTok of like 900,000 followers. 900,000 followers on TikTok. She signs with UTA. UTA helps her get these guests on her podcast. Like, that's not... Is that an industry plant thing? I guess. I guess there's just more industry plants in the industry, I guess. That, now that I'm thinking about it, if that's the lens we're looking at, I mean, people sign to management that can offer them perks all the time. Sign with people that can get them in touch with certain people all the time. Again, can't name names, but it's pretty fucking standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sign with people to that can potentially throw you opportunities and lob you guests. That's pretty normal. I don't know.
The sarcastic, too cool to care bit really got old, and she even got put in her place by rapper Offset, who let her know that she wasn't all that.
You wanted to be
like to me, what an industry plant would be, chat, is if she blew up off rip. Like, to me, an industry plant would be her getting signed to UTA without having a TikTok platform whatsoever, right? And then her first podcast is with Drake. That would be some industry plant shit. So I actually wouldn't qualify her to be an industry plant. I ain't gonna lie. I just can't. Now, do I know of a couple of industry plants? Yes. Are they good industry plants? No. Are they industry plants? Yes. But yeah.
Be on my podcast.
Why you keep saying that, that shit, man? I honestly didn't even want to do this shit. I don't fucking do interviews. You heard, you already told me you looked me up. I'm walking out on bullshit. I'm fucking with you because they're making me.
As a matter of fact, he cooked the hell out of her.
You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken just on the thing. You pull it off and then you serve the dish. You need some motherfucking seasoning, man.
You can leave now.
This is my hotel. I paid for this motherfucker. You can leave now.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
And then she changed up her whole look, and she went on a show with...
I ain't gonna lie. This is this is why I could never, like, even play the character that she plays on camera. Cause, like, if I'm trying to really... First of all, I think it gives the green light for the guest to be hella disrespectful to me. Cause, we just doing this in front of the camera, right? But then, if I want to break character... and be like, yo, you're actually wilding the fuck out, the guest may not even know that I'm breaking character. You know what I'm saying? Literally, in this scenario, what if Offset was just playing a character the same way Bobbi is? That last line, Bobby's like, get the fuck out. What if she wasn't joking? And Offset is just like, oh, we're still acting, right? We're still acting, right? That's why I can't do what she does, bro. I can't.
And then she changed up her whole look, and she went on a show with Keke Palmer, and right there she got accused of being an industry plant right to her face.
I know. You're not an industry plant, right?
I am, but...
You do feel kind of planty. We do have the same manager, so is this
I know, isn't that crazy?
It feels a bit planty.
This is definitely
You got here in 5 minutes. It took me 20 years.
Hey, it has been a minute.
What I think industry plant is, it's like somebody that has been like, that is tied to someone else in the industry and uses those connections to capitalize, and they like have zero talent.
I'm not an anythinger.
Oh. Hey, Keke got it. Keke really got it off, chat. Oh, hell no.
I don't have any talents.
And then people started to say that she was trying to manufacture moments. She had Ryan Garcia chasing her around the room like they were on the playground.
She clip farming. Well, hold on. Everyone else can clip farm, but she can't?
He would later tweet out that they had this intimate situation after that was recorded, and she continued with this reputation that she was kind of being bounced around the industry.
You got some close-up?
I like to read people's messages, not get room tours.
Let me read your messages.
No. I don't like.
I'll let you read one message, if you let me read one message.
I delete all of them.
Side note, I haven't been keeping up with Tyga. Is Tyga trying to be a streamer? Is Tyga trying to be a streamer? I've seen a decent amount of Tyga clips lately. I had this theory a couple streams ago, chat, that I think there's going to be a shift of mainstream celebrities really trying to be content creators. And Loki's going to fuck shit up because a lot of these mainstream celebrities have more initial capital and more connections than, you know, like a lot of your favorite streamers off rip. I think Tyga's like doing the best job of that so far from what I've seen. And I don't know if I want to live in a world where Tyga's popping again. I don't know. Is that hate? That gotta be hate, but damn, out of all the fucking rappers to really do it right, it's Tyga? Tyga? Like, all right, bro.
My messages. Are you cleaning? I do. You don't? You keep your messages?
I delete my messages?
Yeah, you keep yours?
People that delete their messages are cheaters. I'm not a liar or a cheater. I hate liars.
And I feel like relevancy-wise, she kind of just came and went, and honestly, Hawk Tuah kind of took her spot online. Nowadays...
Nah, Figure John's hating. Figure John's hating. Not T-Pain. I don't know what it is about T-Pain that, like, hasn't caused him to blow up as a streamer. I think that is... Maybe he's just... Maybe he's getting unk tax. That's my theory with T-Pain. I think T-Pain is just getting unk tax, bro. But the weird thing about Tyga is like he's on the older side too. It's not like he's young. But yeah, I think T-Pain is just getting unk tax, bro.
Bobbi's channel and TikTok are mainly inactive, and the last couple of podcasts only garnered a small percentage of what she was averaging only a year ago. And I actually put myself through absolute agony by watching over an hour of Bobbi being interviewed by Forbes and Wired magazine. Bobbi Althoff, the deadpan podcast host America can't get enough of. Wow, a whopping 10k views. America just can't get enough. Obviously, her publicist got her this opportunity, as a lot of celebrities and online talent alike do this type of thing, so they can still try and seem relevant to their sponsors and other people kind of pouring money into their careers. And before we get into all the out of touch things she said during these interviews, I did want to tell you guys about today's video sponsor. Some of you already know my ideal, no better time than the start of the vlogs today. Outrageous to me.
For a few years before I was on TikTok, just doing brand deals, posting.
But she is honestly just not very likable. Coming up, she claims that she was posting 5 to 10 TikToks per day for years, where she routinely raked in millions of views, followers, and hundreds of thousands of dollars per year.
But my goal for the first year of once I started getting views and getting followers was that every single day I had to have one video that I posted that got 1 million views.
Damn.
So I would keep trying and trying.
That's what I'm saying. I can't look at Bobbi as an industry plant, bro. I can't lie, bro. I cannot look at, I can't. I think that's a label that people just put on her because they didn't know about her when she came up to the scene. But she already had a following. She got management, and the management just took her to another level. That's not an industry plant to me. Again, an industry plant to me would be UTA signing this random ass TikToker with 5 followers. Hell, just making up a fucking person and giving that person the backing that they gave Bobbi. Giving that person the guests that Bobbi was able to fucking get. You know what I'm saying? Trump is an industry plant. Bryce Mason, what's good, buddy?
And trying.
Now, using the Wayback Machine, I can see that her numbers do pretty much align with her story, but I do still think that after the Drake podcast, they really tried to make her this big thing, and it just kind of burnt out and then fell flat on its face for the same reason that industry plants in the music sector never stay hot, because the fans they garner...
Where is this following now? I'm pretty sure she just cooled off on posting on TikTok with the podcast blowing up, which is normal. It's kind of like how Kai cooled off on posting YouTube videos once the streaming shit took off, that shit's normal.
So incredibly generic and fickle that they would just move on to the next trend like nothing. And one thing I did find very interesting in these interviews was the insistence that she has always been driven by wanting to be famous.
I've always wanted to act or have some type of leg in Hollywood, kind of. So I felt, my family always says that if anybody in our family was gonna end up where I ended up, it would be me, because I was the most driven towards that.
And even more by wanting to be rich.
How'd you become an influencer or creator?
Just wanting to make money.
She even says that the only reason she did podcasting a TikTok in the first...
Hey, motherfuckers been saying, don't let money be a driver because that shit ain't gonna work. She said, nah, I think it can. But you gotta really want money though.
place was because she saw how much money other people made doing it and got motivated.
Mentally decided that she made like at least $300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
And for someone who loves money so much, she seems incredibly lazy about her job. Multiple times she brags about the fact that she goes into her podcast doing little to zero research on her guest that day.
And what is your interviewing technique?
Just no research, show up, and ask questions. I was researching how he interviews people, and I was like, oh God, this is a lot of work. Let me just go in there and know nothing.
A lot of work.
It's so much work.
And keep in mind, she's doing this in the face of two career journalists who do not look very amused.
Is the notebook just for show? Because you kind of have it open and then paper on top of it.
This is just my method.
It's okay.
This is my method. I'm a journalist, so I have my method.
I was making around like $250 to $300 a year.
1,000.
Yeah.
From brand
deals on TikTok, wow. And 250.
Damn! You know what, chat? If there's one thing I've been a failure at as a content creator, it's the brand deal game, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's the brand deal game. I've always been weak with my brand deal game, bro. But apparently, like a majority of the industry, a majority of their money comes through brand deals. And I can't figure that out. But the fact that, oh yeah, I just made $250K off a brand. Like, what do you mean you just made $250K off of brand deals? Like, to me, brand deals are now just like a cherry on top type of thing. But for people to be so successful with brand deals that that's their bread and butter, and then AdSense and fan-funded shit is their cherry on top, is like such a crazy mind fuck to me, bro. Like, that's crazy.
50 is great and all, but it's hard to come up with content with just me every day.
$250,000 a year as an annual income is great and all.
Yes.
It is great.
It is great.
Yeah, she's out here making $300,000 per year. Sound like a minimum wage job at Sonic, which I don't think is a winning strategy for gaining public favor. To me, above all else, it really just seems like there's really no passion in anything Bobbi does. And it's all strictly for the money or the clout, which in some fields can definitely work, but not in the entertainment industry.
I hope that I go from D-list to A-list. That's my goal in 10 years.
From D-list to A-list.
Yes.
She still insists over and over, though, that she would be fine going back to a job at Jersey Mike's.
At the end of the day, if I had to go back and work at Jersey Mike's again to support myself, I'll make your sandwich for you.
Yeah, I'm calling absolute bullshit on that, okay? She wasn't even cool with $300,000. And during these interviews, both of the interviewers indirectly question her rise to fame and make allusions to the idea that someone in the background pulls a lot of strings for her.
What do you think is your appeal? Why did you think you became a thing?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Why are you looking at me like that? What?
At least she's honest, bro. At least she's honest.
Early on, I was like, is that a joke? Like, what is an industry plant? You guys, right. And I would just play into it because I was like, there's no way people actually think that. But then I realized, like, what people actually think that.
People actually, no, I did my reading, they actually think
they really do. And I think that it makes sense. Like, from an outside looking in perspective, I can see why they would think that.
Basically, it seems like nobody's buying her story. And at one point, she even cries over the hate that she receives online.
Sometimes it's just constructive criticism. It can be a little mean, but yeah, it doesn't bother me too much.
Other than that, when it comes to Bobbi, there were these pictures of men carrying her out of the club. Someone put together that she was allegedly dating this NFL player based on one of her posts, and then she got totally embarrassed when this dude did not want to claim her like that, denying the allegations on Twitter after they caught his ass in 4K. I mean,
They got a picture.
Truly, there's nothing much worse than when you think you were in a full-blown relationship with someone, and it turns out they were hiding your ass the whole time or really don't want anything to do with you like...
No, bruh. Hey, I was about to be on some, hey, man, I mean, innocent till proven guilty. Boy, they got a picture of you, brother. What?
That publicly. And so now she's been on TikTok crying.
Just like hard to imagine finding someone who is truly good for you. It's hard to imagine there's a world where there's like...
You know, you did have a fine functioning husband, but you wanted to lay in bed with Drake and miss your daughter's first birthday. Maybe you did find your person. He's lost again.
Someone who's actually meant for you.
I mean, talk about a turn of events. She was online talking about it's time for her hoe phase.
So what you doing for these 2 years? You gonna be a hoe?
I have to do a hoe? Yeah. Maybe I will.
Oh no, you said you married young and you have your 2 kids already and you're divorced. Isn't that what divorced people do after that?
Just sleep around and have fun.
And now she's recording herself tearing up on camera.
And I got lonely. Met a guy around Thanksgiving.
Hot take though, she the real hog to her. I should stop.
And I think things moved really fast. I don't know. I thought it was fucking fate. Clearly it wasn't. It was really sweet. It raised the bar for me, which sometimes sucks because then it's like, fuck. I didn't want the bar to be raised at all. Dating is just hard, you guys. Like,
yo, Jay, you're nasty, bro.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
I don't know. I always just think.
When did Jamari's videos get edited like this? Hold on. Shout out to Jamari, man.
I think it's an interesting case study to see how quickly these individuals fall out of favor with the public. For her and the hawk to a girl, it was like trying to live in a house with no foundation, like that bitch is up on stilts. All it really takes is a little adversity to knock that shit down. And listen, guys, I truly think Drake owes this chick a room in his compound. Like, if he had not laid up with her in bed and put her on the map, this all likely would have never happened. Maybe Kendrick wouldn't even have dissed his ass. Maybe he was at home on his laptop and this is what sent him over the edge. He knew at this moment that Drake was not like him. In all seriousness though, Bobbi seems alright, but as far as her maintaining a career online, I just don't really see the longevity here, given her motivations are all wrapped up in clout, material possessions, and greed. Not to even mention the fact that it seems like she couldn't really give a damn about her podcast or producing it in a better way. But I want to know what you guys think about this latest Bobbi Althoff update down below. I also want to thank Sundays for Dogs for sponsoring today's video once again.
Shout out to I heard Jamari's in Boston, bruh. I heard Jamari's a Massachusetts guy. Shout out to Jamari. My thing with let me see the performance of her podcast. Let me see. Drewski 2 days ago, 600K. That's probably gonna hit a mil. She had Suki on 2 months ago. Tyga, Bossman, D-Lo, and Bunny Zingler. Okay, but that's only 23 minutes. Tootsie came on. Shansi, I can never know how to pronounce her name. I just know who she is. Type shit. Sean O'Malley, Daryl Gransberry, Dax Flame, Polo G, Jojo Siwa, Peso Pluma, Matt Rife. I mean, this is my main concern with her. I guess she's pulling crazy numbers because she's bringing on guests. But I think this is the reason why she just hasn't been able to truly build a real following through her podcast, is because they're all guest reliant. As a person who's grown a podcast himself, I think there's a lot of value to building a podcast built off of your voice and not being reliant on having a fire guest for your podcast to do well, right? Because you're seeing it right now. If the guest ain't fire, you might be struggling to hit 100K. But if the guest is, all right, cool, you about to hit 1 million. But if it ain't, then it ain't. You know what I'm saying? I think she had a really fire run of very fire guests that helped her. But at some point, you're going to run out. So I think that's her next step, but I don't think that is going to be what she actually does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's what's really gonna cook her. Cause look at the frequency she released these podcasts, y'all. We're talking about once a month. I'm gonna be honest with you. There is no podcast out there where I'm waiting once a month just to watch them. Unless it's hella guest reliant like this. But then when the guests start slowing down, that's when you're going to have 3-month, 2-month breaks.